We moved to Nepal from Canada in order to start a new life.
We wanted to live a more simple life and also to enjoy some adventure.
Oh, you're strong.
Nepal is sandwiched between Tibet and India. In the last valley, before the Himalayas flatten into the plains, is Haitoda, our home and platform for this challenge.
Haitoda being a city, you can clearly see there's a contrast between those who have money and those who are struggling.
The average daily income in Nepal is about $2. But 30% of the population live on less than 50 cents.
The people here are very hardworking, but they're also very happy. And even children are taught responsibility at a young age, so they learn how to work hard.
Can we live on less than $1 a day and be happy with what we've got? We decided to accept the challenge of living on less than $1 a day for at least 1 month. We want to see what it's like to be content on $1 a day, not just to fight through a month of brutal hardness that we don't enjoy, but to learn what things that we can work around. If we crave something, what's the second best that we can still do with this budget.
We asked our friend Sudin to come down from Kathmandu, the capital city, and help us with filming this documentary. He was brave enough to take the crazy jeep ride down through the mountains just in order to help us out.
He accepted the challenge to live on $1 a day along with us.
Although it's not a different country, even a different city, I didn't realize it was so different.
All of the food that we had in our house, all of the toiletries, everything, we put away for the duration of the challenge in order to start fresh.
You can think of 100 rupees as $1 American or 100 cents.
So starting from day one, we counted out all of our money, our budget for the whole month, and we put it in a jar, and that was our budget. That's all that we could spend for this challenge.
We are the ones that are going to embark on 32 days of living on $1 a day.
Why 32 days?
That's a very good question. Nepal does everything a bit different. Nepal has its own calendar. The Nepali calendar, also known as
Nepali calendar.
We're in July 2015. But in Nepal, we have jetted to the future to 2072. And Saun is the name of the month. How is it?
Sound.
Saun. Sound begins on July 17th and ends on August 17th with a total of 32 days.
Two of my friends asked me to do it.
Thanks.
Good enough reason, right? I think it's good for me, and it's different. I've never done it, living off on $1 a day. I spend a lot, and I think I learned something from it.
I'm used to eating things like honey, yogurt.
Coffee and Coke, I think I'll miss them a lot. Self-control, I think, because it's very easy to spend. You just see things and you just grab them. That's going to be difficult, self-control. Day 30.
There's 32 days in this month.
Okay, then day 32. I'm loving it.
For the first day of our challenge, we are going to Bastipur, a small village outside of Hetora. Sudin and I are going to bike there. We're going to visit some friends who live there and experience how village life is like in Nepal. We did spend 500 rupees on fuel, so we'll see if we can make that last for the whole month. That will be tricky. That's about 250 kilometers on the bike. We usually do a bit more of that in a month, so we have to be careful. Straight from the tree to our mouths, we got fresh mangoes. The king of fruit, the jackfruit. None of it cost a penny, just a little effort, a little prep, but well worth it. A bamboo reed, a line, chunk of styrofoam, hook and a worm, we're fishing.
Huh?
With a hooked machete and a sack, we're crab fishing. Here you eat them whole, shell and all.
Oh, let's come inside. I can find it. Go, just wait. This is a good weapon. We have one. Oh. So big. Fighting. Okay. Now, okay. You cannot do anything. Look, like this. It's soft. Otherwise, very hard. Ow. Right? Okay. If we throw it, this one is delicious.
After some fun in the river, we have the reward of a bowl of 40 little crabs to fry and fill our bellies. Sudin and I just finished our first day of the challenge in Bastipur. The simplicity of village life is that you have so much available for you in your own fields that you can pick and eat. So people here may be monetarily poor, but they have enough food and a very quiet, nice life. To stay in budget means sometimes going without the motorbike and using the good old pedal bike, but mine needs some repairs. Bicycle repair, 30 cents. What I'm finding the biggest challenge for this is dealing with my reactive hypoglycemia. It's a new thing that I'm learning how to deal with since we came to Nepal, although I've probably had it for a long time. With hypoglycemia and also with a really high metabolism, I have to eat within 3 hours. When I don't, my mind becomes cloudy and I get irrational and can't think straight. I have to figure this out better. It's day 5 now. 60 rupees for
The open markets are where we get our fresh produce. Having no real fixed prices, we gotta get used to the bartering system, so sometimes you gotta fight for your fruit.
चिप्ली भिन्डी होइन
Our bag, 5 kgs of roti, which will last us maybe half of the time. Even though dal bhat, or rice and lentils, is the most common food eaten in Nepal, it's more budget friendly to have roti, Indian flatbread, because it's 33 rupees per kilogram as opposed to 50 rupees per kilogram for the cheapest, lowest grade rice you could possibly find. For our beverages, we have to keep it simple. We have tea in the mornings, always with our breakfast, and sometimes we have it in our afternoon. But other than that, we have to stick to water. Everything else for $1 a day is just too expensive.
We learned that the flowers of a banana tree contains pockets of sweet nectar, which makes for a tasty snack. found these cute little packets in the shops.
These are common.
Yeah, I've seen these before, and a lot of people use these actually. It's little packets, one-use shampoo. Each are 2 rupees. We compared the price difference between these and buying a bottle of shampoo from the supermarket, which is what we usually do.
This will blow your mind. Usually, if you buy in bulk, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes that's true here too, but in certain products, it also does cater to people who can't afford to buy in bulk at one time, but can only buy things in small quantities at a time. These are 7 milliliters each. They're each 2 rupees. So here we have the same product. This is 650 milliliters. So 93 of these little packages will fill this. And they're each 2 rupees. So 93 of them would cost 186 rupees. Well, this bottle costs 400 rupees.
The same product.
It's the exact same product. But that's crazy. You're paying over double the price just to have it in a squirt bottle.
The only downside about these things, I would say, is that it's more litter, it's more garbage. So you're using one, and then you're throwing it away. So that's contributing to more of the problem with garbage disposal and pollution.
You would think that on $1 a day budget, we have to stick to cooking ourselves. In many parts of Asia, though, eating food out can be surprisingly inexpensive. Here are examples of meals out that are less than 30 cents a person.
Aloo parotha, veg pakora, aloo chop, and one of our favorite street food snacks, chaat pate.
I don't think we'll spend much tomorrow.
So we can put that in for tomorrow. Served up on someone's leftover homework. Milk popsicles for 10 cents a pop.
कतिमा दिन उल्टो हुन्छ भाइसँग सल्लाह गर्नु मसँग भन्दा नि बढी उसँग सल्लाह गर्नु
Samosa.
Finding clean water is always a struggle here. Just got to get to know the spots that are safe. Trial and error ain't always pretty.
It's day 11, and we've got a hankering for meat. So we went out into the market and got the cheapest possible meat we could find, which is supposed to be intestine. Basically, we got stomach, but it's like water buffalo stomach, and it goes for about $1 for a kilogram. So we're gonna try to make a meal out of it.
What long intestines you have.
This is my first taste. I'm a little nervous. I hope it's good. I'll get a little piece of everything in there. It's okay. It's okay. I was worried it was going to be too chewy or something. But it's all right. That's a shout out to Mark Weens at migrationology.com. Funny guy. That's good. Let's have some. Hey, it's day 13. I got a cold. I feel miserable. I'm by myself right now. It's raining outside. It gives the whole mood of evil and pain. On day 11, we got the intestines and stomach, which is the cheapest meat you can get here. There's some comments on Instagram because we had taken a snapshot of our food list and it said intestine/stomach. We're wondering, what is that? Medicine that you need for your intestine stomach? But no, that's what we bought to eat. And it was delicious. So that answers that question. Another thing we're learning is how to go without a refrigerator. So like getting milk or meat is a pain because you have to get it the same day. Big challenge of this though is craving certain foods I just cannot get here. I'm craving chicken nuggets. Anything McDonald's, I would be happy to eat.
Although we both got sick for about a week, we eventually recovered.
This is my first day out of the house for 4 days. And the problem with being sick at home on a budget is that you're craving good food, but you can't go into the kitchen and stick nachos in the microwave or prepackaged food. Everything that's on budget, you have to prepare yourself. And when you're sick, you don't want to prepare it. So this is the first time out. We're using the rest of our entire day's budget on dinner tonight. We're going crazy on street momo and some fried street food. The good thing is that the last few days, we've got ahead on budget. So we can use a full 100 rupees, basically like a full dollar on this meal now. So for us, this is going to be a real treat and we're really looking forward to it.
These delicious looking little lumps of goodness are called momo. Very, very popular. In fact, probably the most popular street food here in Nepal. Tibetan steamed dumplings.
These plates are packed leaves, and after you finish, it's very environmentally friendly.
For less than $1 each, we got a plate of momos, some hot dogs, and some mystery meat.
I don't want to know what that is.
How do people manage to have electronics on a tight budget? We went to a local electronics repair shop to learn a lesson or two. Raju and Sagar are a father and son team.
नेपालमा अब यो इलेक्ट्रोनिक्स यस्तो यो साधनहरू त्यति यो प्रोड्युस हुँदैन, खालि रिपेयर मात्रै हुन्छ। अनि त्यो अरू देशमा भनेको त त्यो आफैले त्यो देशमै त्यो लोकल्ली त्यो प्रोड्युस हुने भएको कारणले त्यहाँ बाहिरतिर त्यति रिपेयर हुँदैन। अनि हाम्रो देश चाहिँ अलिकति यो थोरै रिपेयर गरेर चल्छ भन्ने त्यस्तो चलाउँ भन्ने सबैको मनसाय भएको हुँदा प्रायः जसो रिपेयर गरेर चलाउँछ।
अब नेपाल एउटा त गरिब मुलुक छ सबभन्दा पहिला कुरो। यहाँ इलेक्ट्रोनिक सामानहरू किन्नको लागि धेरै मेहनत गरेर पैसाहरू जम्मा गर्नुपर्छ, जोड जम्मा गर्नुपर्छ र त्यसमा आउने एकदम सस्तो किसिमको इलेक्ट्रोनिक सामानहरू चाइनाबाट भारतबाट ल्याइन्छ अनि त्यो बिग्रियो भने त्यसलाई रिपेयर गरेर केही पार्ट्सहरू चेन्ज गरेर त्यसलाई मर्मत गरेर अनि चलाउने चलेसम्म त्यसलाई चलाउने कामहरू हुन्छ नयाँ अब बिग्रियो भनेपछि त्यसलाई फालेर नयाँ ल्याउने त्यस्तो त छैन यहाँनिर पैसाको अभावले पनि अनि त्यही पुरानो सामानलाई नै मर्मत गरेर चलाउने त्यसले गर्दा हाम्रो पनि केही कामहरू भइरहेछ हामी पनि रोजगारी पाइरहेछौँ र उनीहरूलाई पनि कस्टमरलाई पनि सस्तो दरमा अथवा सस्तोमा फेरि बनाएर फेरि चलाउने फेरि हेर्ने मौका पाइरहन्छ
We learned a valuable lesson from Raju and Sagar. Maintenance keeps costs down. So let's put this pudding to the proof.
This thing's clogged.
Sometimes a man needs to do disgusting things.
That's so nasty.
They can span.
Here, a haircut, head massage, friendly service all goes for 50 cents. However great a deal a haircut may be, it's still half a day's budget. So we resort to the home job. We've been doing it this way for a long time though. Loving every minute of it.
Don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm not really a hairdresser. More than 5 years, I've been cutting Nathan's hair because it's free, and I guess he doesn't mind bad haircuts. Just cutting. This is my little friend Manita's house. There's 2 small rooms and 10 people live together in this home. In this home, there are only 3 beds, so everyone else has to sleep on the floor. One thing that helps the family keep costs down is they cook their meals outside on this mud stove, and they use wood instead of gas. Although only being 14 years old, she's a hard little worker.
Sure.
sleeping in the basket. धान रोप्ने बेलामा रोप्ने बेला मात्रै तर पुरा छेउछेउमा मात्रै बोइल गरेर घुमी छ घुमीलाई नि She goes to a nearby tap to collect water for the family each day. They work on the land surrounding their house with rice fields where they can collect fresh crab and snails. And Manita's father also works at a small little pond where they hatch fish, so they get to eat fish nearly every day.
यसमा हिनेको छ यसमा होला हेर त त्यस्तोमा सुखामा हुँदैन पानीमा पानी हुन्छ सुखामा
We brought our catch home to fry it up.
I think you should put salt in there.
It was harder to get the meat out than we thought. It's too much work just to get a tiny little piece of meat. A few days later, for round 2 of crab and snails, Manita and her brother showed up at our house with a big batch to show us how to cook it. It tasted a lot better the second time.
I'm getting in the habit. तर मेरो छ
He needed a nap after all that hard work.
For many around the world, entertainment takes a major chunk from the pocketbook. On $1 a day, we make sure that our fun is free.
Men here usually only swim with other men around because they're usually in their underwear, or less. Many places in the world, football or soccer is a very common sport, a favorite sport of many, because usually all you need is to maintain one soccer ball, and many people can play, although cricket is also quite popular too.
त्यो आफ्नो महिना हो
भयो भयो
A lot of times during the hot season it's too hot to play outside, so I end up spending a lot more time indoors. Carom board is one of those great indoor games.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, I'm going for the other one, come on. Oh yeah! Oh yeah. Oh! So it's day 31, one day left. Yesterday we moved to our new house. We're on the roof of our new house right now. And today's a bunda, nationwide bunda, where the highways are closed, everything's closed. Then we found out tomorrow's also a closure, meaning the roads won't open at all today. But our friends that were meeting in the national park, they said, well, foreigners can travel on the roads during the closure. Well, we didn't know that, so we got our stuff ready as quickly as we could. But once we headed out on the road, it already started crazy raining. And like crazy raining. Monsoon rain came down, the roads were washed out. And we came back. We'll sleep here tonight and we'll go early to the national park tomorrow. Hopefully it's not raining then. Gotta change plans, gotta go with the weather.
We managed to get a free stay at a hotel, including meals, in exchange for doing a review, and we got to do some awesome activities.
A great reward for our efforts.
We got to get right up close with the elephants and pet them and follow them out into the jungle with their trainers, where they go out to haul in lumber, and also where they go to do jungle safaris. After that, we headed down to the river for bathing with the elephants, one of the funnest activities that we got to do.
That's 50 pounds heavier than I'm used to.
This is part of the elephants' daily routine. Their trainer takes them down to the river for a bath, and it's actually quite enjoyable for them, so that was fun to be part of that. It was a really nice way to end the final day of our challenge.
We have successfully finished our 32 days of living on $1 a day. We've learned how important it is to keep a budget and how knowing where our money is going keeps us spending our money smart.
The pin says we're here. Look.
How did you find this place? We're in the middle of the jungle.
It was TripAdvisor.
Bringing this documentary right to you is us, Danica, Nathan, and Sudine.
That's a lot better.
You could be a tree, what tree would you be? A pine, a sequoia, a redwood, a cedar, a tulip.
I should probably shoot from maybe there or somewhere.
I just kicked the tripod.
You kicked the tripod.
No, I did.
A tripod tree.
And the Nepali calendar starts on different days of the month as opposed to the Gregorian calendar. Will we come back safe? Who knows? Will we die? Who knows? Will Sudine die? We hope not. We're just here to live on $1 a day. We're not here to solve plastic issues.
Yeah, that's for the next documentary.
Another day, another dollar. Dollar.